So backyard fighting here, full contact, no gloves. Blonde hair guy has his hands up guard. Other guy with the gold shorts has his hands down constantly. And as he throws a punch, you'll see he looks away. He's baiting him. By the way, baiting is overrated. Don't try to bait anybody because, well, especially someone like me, just don't try to bait me. Baiting's what you do to people that want to excel sparring and advance. They gotta get that idea of what it feels like to be pressure and not knowing what's coming. It's exhilarating. Look at this guy. I think this guy was 57 years old. Just took him out. He's done. He's like, I'm done. Here we go. They got the big gloves on. They're going at it right here. Dude in the black's got boxer strikes for sure. Kind of a boxing style. It's dipping side to side. Straight stomach. Got him in the face there quick. I think the guy's running out of juice. The one with the blonde hair is just completely done. Look at that, just one shot, scared. Looking back, scared. Nothing, just scared. Hey, I give him mad props to step in there and try to do something like that. That's great. That's great. See these guys. They're all about. So these guys go at it. Black shorts and white shorts. Dude with the black shorts ready to put his hand out. Trap. Oh, he goes straight to inside grappling range. Now he's got him on the ground. Now he wants to hit though. Those hits, those hits are not. They're not anything. I just want to let you know that those random hits are not anything. So those random hits are pretty much just like air. Hey, can I get it? Can I get it? Can I get it? Get it? Get it? Get it? No. You want a real punch, you hit punch. You know, just like you're taught and trained at the dojo. You punch. You know, palm strike. You know, at the end of the day, at that point, he could have just backed off and just stomped on him. But he kept wailing at him. I guess the ref was just kind of upset. Let's just keep going here with this 55-year-old guy. I think taking him out. Oh, flying kick. Not gonna work with a short guy. Hit him right in here. Oh, we got these guys here. Heavyweight guys doing the red and the white. White looks tired. Oh, this is a different fight. This guy's pulling on his hair. I don't think that's cool. It's like new Thai fighter. That's it. Look at that jump. Was that necessary? I mean, complete flip jump. Alright, let's check out this street fight. I think it's two bros, two friends going at it. So as they start to go at it, they're really doing like full contact. I turned the volume down just because of all the cursing and vulgar language that was being spoken in these videos. You know, trying to be respectful. But look at this guy throws a side kick, roundhouse, mixing everything up, and he's bouncing around like a rabbit. He's got to get that right arm higher than the left arm, that's for sure. This guy's flexing. He don't know what to do. His side stance, when his belly button should be facing the target. He's running away. He's actually scared. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He's actually scared. He's threatened by someone that looks very younger than him. Bam, kick. Roundhouse kick. Either he's a lefty or he's completely doing it wrong. Right hand first, left hand down. Looks like they're calling it. Oh, I like this one. Homeboy in the blue. Bam, clocks it. Okay, so notice in that beginning scene right there, like the clock was what real life is gonna look like. That clock right there is gonna come from somebody that's just gonna clock you in the street, and that's where you're gonna parry, finger jab to the eyes. We can just see that for a second. Here we go. Watch the strike. Here we go. That's the strike that's gonna come. You saw his shoulders turn completely. Hands are down. Not good. Fell for stupidity. The grass. You're a ninja, bro. You're gonna get good. You're never gonna fall. He kicks. His hands are down. He punches. They're friends, I guess, so they're really just taking it easy. But I don't know why he's bending down like he's the linebacker for the Dolphins. Hands are down. He comes in. He bombards. Rushes in. Puts pressure. Oh, he's taking him out. See, that is called the law of 3 and 1. So pretty much, minimum 3 hits. Continue if you can. You're pressuring. You're overwhelming. That guy should have circled out and get out of the way because he couldn't handle that many blocks. Turn his blocks into offensive. That would be another case. Strike. See those telegraph strikes? Those are the ones that are going to be coming at you with the finger jab, outward block. Those right there. I don't think in a situation like this, if you were involved in a one-on-one, but it's more of a like strict fight, like planned. So it might be a little bit weaker in the street. Might be from someone that doesn't. And these guys are grappling. I hate grappling. I like groundwork. I like going to the ground, cleaning an arm bar, and shoving him the other way or shoving the person that way, and like completely joint manipulating. So when you put somebody in grappling, for me, not for me. I'll do groundwork. I'll roll over you, arm bar you. I'll fine. I'll pull a triangle choke on you for fun, whatever. But the groundwork's mostly get down, break joints, and roll out of it. But it was groundwork that's like the guy was on top, the guy in the bottom was not looking good. See what I would do? I'll just throw it out there. So what I would do if I was in guard, I would completely. No, I'm sorry. If I was in mount and I had guard on my opponent, what I would do is completely drop my right knee to stabilize me as I shift over the top of his back in one direction. My right arm is sliding under his throat while the other's going through the biceps and grabbing the back of the neck. Now I'm on top, and now I have a full choke. Now, if he wants to spin me on my back, great. I wrap his legs. I continue to choke because there's no remorse here. It's like choke and tap. I don't care who you are. I really don't care how big you are. I'll choke you. I'll choke you. I'll choke you. If that's what you want. You know, Sometimes people don't want to tap out. Their ego comes in. You don't want to mess with me in that sense. No, I'm a nice guy. Trust me. You guys see me. You know me. But I'm more lethal than what you think I am. So, case being, now let's move on to the fantasy stuff. So you saw some real fight, you saw some live action, you saw some of that. Give you some basic ideas of what a street fight would look like. that is more set up, so it's really not that complicated in the sense of trying to react to your awareness, trying to react to quickness, and taking a second millisecond to realize that whoa, where am I? What am I doing? Let's go. And that's the whole process of training. It's for you to get to that point. That split second matters. It does. Speaking about split, I'm drinking this thing called Trip. Helps you go to bed. That's what they say. Anyways, so, and it's my Hello Kitty in the background. Yeah. So basically, in the street, it could be a little bit different, sloppier, way more telegraphed. So I don't think that what I said earlier about that punch is actual, you know, coming at you that way. It could be weaker than that, but that is how it's going to look. Like step 5 feet back and throw the punch. You know, I just hate seeing guys just go at it like whoa, 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 whoa. Just like do nothing. It just looks horrible. There's no technique. There's nothing. There's no like style. There's no representation of the movement and executing like correct things. It's just like hit, 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 hit. There's no like intensity, the technicality, and just the, I call it the suave. You know, like move across here, move across there. So I was talking to Sensei about this hard and soft, how we do hard style karate, and we do soft, more like Wing Chun, Kung Fu. You know, our parries, our Pak Saos, you know, our Bong Saos, as opposed to an outward block, downward block, inward block. You know, it's just how it is. But now I'm gonna hit you over to some fantasy stuff. See the difference. Basically, the ninja just crossed some electrical lines, which is possible if he has both his hands on both wires and he's grounded correctly. That was a joke. That was an electrical joke. Yeah.
Awesome!
That's what I have to say about that. These guys are fighting ninjas.
Awesome!
But you see what I mean? That's not real. Using those sickle code weeds back in the day. You know, invading a prison like that is not as simple as it seems. Especially as a ninja, wearing a ninja outfit. Smoke bomb, and the door magically opens. And the door magically opens. He stabs, but there's nobody there. There's nobody there. Ninja looks around. There's Joe Armstrong. Getting to the top. Jump. Ooh, look at that fit. Perfect tight. Bam. Shot. Deflecting with a knife. That's called a kusari. In ninjutsu, by the way, when you deflect stuff with your sword. Katana. He's heading for a ladder, I believe. That's like 50 feet tall. Lets it crash over the gate. Now the ninja comes streaming up. But this is fantasy. This isn't the real thing. Grabs his neck. He just came out of nowhere. But that's ninjas. Ninjas just come out of nowhere. You know, ninjas with agility is pretty cool. But you don't have to have it. Taijutsu itself speaks for more than it is. Agility is more fun, moving, conditioning. You know, things that I like to do. Personally, I enjoy it. But do I know the difference? Yes, I know the difference. Of course, I know the difference. I don't live in La La Land. I know the difference between simplicity, which is Kiss, you know, and I know what's functional and what's not functional. My job is to train you to realize what's functional. All the other stuff is just like a toolbox, like Sensei says. It's in there somewhere, but you only need it once every leap year or so. But see, he was doing good with the bow staff there, you know. Ninja gets caught, thrown away. It's like Genjutsu, using his blood. Military police. Military police. And he's out. Alright, so check this out. This is above the law. Steven Seagal, Aikido Grandmaster. We actually do some Aki-Jutsu at the dojo, in case you guys didn't know. And things I can tell you is like opening the doors, like Aki-Jutsu, on drop. So anything that takes you down. Look at this guy, man. This guy's funny. Like, you're talking about a detective here that walks around with a badge and a gun into a place, an establishment where there's a bunch of bikers and there's a bunch of hardcore thugs. So I'm going to flash my badge and my gun, and I'm going to know that I can kick everybody's butt in this room. At the end of the day, there's way too many bikers in there for him to take on. And they will overcome him. They will. In reality, they will. So now let's see what does that. Shows a cue ball, that rag. He has no mercy. He busts out the guy's teeth here in the scene. Steven Seagal at its best. I kind of remind myself of Steven Seagal right now at this moment in my life. God, Lord Jesus, please protect me. I don't want to be like Steven Seagal. So this is the radio podcast show. Well, not really podcast just yet, but more of a commentary of what I do. So I pretty much do this. It's fun. I like it. I'm getting better at it. So this is the beginning stages of it. As you see, I'll progress. It's going to get better. I know it is. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Kaiden Jutsu Ru Dojo. At Kaiden Jutsu Ru Dojo. Kaiden is spelled Kaiden, like Menkyu, higher certificate you can retrieve in martial arts. That's the definition for Kaiden. So yeah, thanks for staying up with me and hanging out. It's been wonderful. I gotta say that, you know, being in a street fight would definitely suck, but what you're training now is getting you ready for that. God forbid, but it's preparing you. And the most important thing, and the number one thing that you can gain out of that dojo, one of many, but the number one thing is called confidence. That you leave with confidence, or you've gained confidence, or you're gaining confidence. That's what's the most important thing, because you want to know if a situation were to occur, can you handle the pressure? Can you handle the adrenaline? That's where confident and repetitions come in, where you start to feel not cocky, but where you start to feel aware and you strategize way before you make the move. And that's important to know. So what I covered today was backyard nonsense, and just regular fancy stuff. Um, but I stick more to the realistic combative stuff. I'm a real fighter. I fight with style, control, the ability to perform the technique, the sequence application, and I fight with my heart, most importantly. Mind, body, spirit, and soul, Seishin. That's what that means. If you guys know dojo, do means the way, jo means the place, dojo. Ru means hall. Little education there. Um, let's see. Yeah, I just want to keep talking. I'm gonna start live streaming. It's probably better if I just do that, so that everybody can just watch and just stay up and listen to me talk about martial arts, because that's all I do. I literally do martial arts all the time. Like I go to bed now, or when I go to bed, or if I go to bed, depending on the situation. I get up in the morning, do what I gotta do, and drive straight to the dojo. There are nights I cannot go for personal reasons, but the minute that I get a okay, or like I try to sneak one in, I get there at night. If not, I'll be there day and night. Um, but I do have a lot going on, so I can't be doing both. But I am for sure 100% at the daytime class, and you can work with me, and I can train you, and I have a whole setup way of doing things that was taught to me by Sensei. You know, and you guys want to come out and train at 12, train at 12. There's always something to do and something to get better at and something to refine. Um, but yeah, today's Tuesday, so tomorrow's Wednesday. Go back to the dojo, do it all over again. You know, and not everybody needs to do exactly what I'm doing. Please do not think anything of that sense that you need to do what I'm doing. I'm capable of doing what I'm doing, fortunately. So I'm able to have um, this ability and circumstances that allow me to practice dojo in the mornings and some at night. However, doesn't mean I'm not training in my own dojo at home. I'm constantly training. I just stopped recording a little bit because it was getting too much. So I want to do something different. I want to record with my new lighting setup that I have with the camera holder and for the phone and all that stuff. I'm more into like moving around and catching up in body close than just regular tripod stands. I'm getting over that really quick. So, but I'm training at home. Like I just finished training literally. So, um, and then I train again tomorrow. And I keep it simple. Yeah, I want to get fancy. I do get fancy, whatever. But at the end of the day, I know the difference, and I need to make sure that my lower belts I'm teaching know the difference between a parry and a parry windmill, where a parry is the most common use, where the windmill parry is too much uh, movement. So, you know, we just need to be teaching you the regular parry. You don't have to go into different stuff. But you will learn that as you grow and you get better. You can see it. I love doing that stuff, so I'll demonstrate for you all day those kind of techniques. But you just need to know that that's not functional. That's in the toolbox somewhere at the bottom. Um, but keeping it simple, again, finger jab to the eyes, palm strike to the face, groin strike, elbow strike to the solar plexus, and then just reach around, underhook, grab the neck, bring him down, swing that right foot, knee, and bulldozer. Don't even open the door. Just bulldozer. I like the bulldozer better than the opening the door. The opening the door works for me, maybe in a different martial arts, but opening the door is just like, I feel like I'm throwing you without looking at your location. I don't know. It's weird. It's hard to explain. Don't listen to me. Whatever. Um, but I do martial arts because I love it a lot. It's pretty much my life. I've been doing it for a while now. I just got put in the right place during the right time, the right moment where I was capable to enroll how I did. So um, I'm coming up on 3 years. Um, I've progressed. I've done a lot. I put in a lot of mat hours. I put in mat hours after hours. Yeah. I train hard, but you get there. You have the fire to do that. You have the willpower. If you have schedule, family, and all that stuff, that's understandable. That comes first priority. But just know that when you're sitting around doing nothing, just think about going to the dojo and just like, if you're exhausted, I guarantee you get your second breath once you get to the dojo. I mean, if you need rest for health reasons and you're exhausted, then yes, stay rested. But at the end of the day, like, my excuse to not go to the dojo is pretty much I just want to train at home. That's it. But I don't do that because my good excuse is that I get to go train. I get to go physically be with people, students, brotherhood, and get to perform these applications. Even though if I'm repping out the same thing and all that formula, it's great. Someone once told me, every time you walk into this dojo, find value in what you do. And I believe that, I find value in what I do. Um, and I still get corrected and I still get, you know, training. I still, I'm still learning. So, yeah, I can get it right like about 10, 20 times, but I start losing consistency at that point, and it's over. So I have to change it up because it doesn't look the same anymore. But keep it basic, keep it simple, try to get in as much as you can. Um, don't worry about um, getting higher than the next person. Just worry more about getting yourself better to become that better person. That's what I believe. So you train very hard, and honor will come to you. You've shown discipline. You've shown that you're better, your perseverance, integrity. So you all have the same capacity to be at the level that you could be, that you want to reach. And for some that don't, well, at least you're trying. But the ones that do want it really bad, just got to put 1% more into what they're doing to get to the 1% more into martial arts and what they're doing in real life. Like I should say, like any kind of important or not important. They should just add 1% to that motivation and you'll get there. Showing up at dojo is not easy when you live 45 minutes away, and I go every day, and I love it. So, but I also challenge myself to become a better martial artist a lot. Um, Necessarily, like my whole deal is learning what I'm learning and learning a system and learning um, the way of the one that walked before you, learning his way. So when you do that, do good. You want to make sure that you're giving it the best that you can. Just know that things are good. They'll always be good. But anyways, I think I'm keeping you guys up for so long. So I'm kind of like, whatever. I'll shoot another video tomorrow, but check it out. Alrighty then. Peace.